So, we're at that crucial point in the process where a lot of people get stalled out. We've actually got to create this information product. Well, don't worry about it. I'll break it down for you in 3 simple steps. We'll get a typewriter, a bottle of whiskey, and a carton of cigarettes. Now let's crank this thing out. Wait a minute, this is the old way. Let's face it, if you've got a desperate person with a big problem, they're not looking for a novel, they're looking for a solution. And in these type of situations, a 10 or 20 page report is going to be way more valuable than a 200-page book. But let's say you've decided to do a more comprehensive coverage of a topic. So in this case, it's crucial to get really organized. The first thing you want to do is create a detailed outline. Now you can do this in a normal word processor and just follow the typical chapter, topic, point outline style that you might see in a table of contents for a book. Or you can use mind mapping software. Now I use mind mapping software as a presentation tool in these videos, but you can also use it to completely outline and flesh out the main topics and the subtopics of your information product. And this is especially good if you're better suited to non-linear thinking. Once you have your outline done, you need to figure out what format you want your information product in. Now, if you're just dead set on having a book, but you don't have the time or the writing ability to get it done, you may want to consider hiring a ghostwriter. You'd be fairly surprised to learn how many high-profile business books are not written by the person whose name is on the cover. Not everyone who has great ideas can write, and not everyone who writes has great ideas. Sometimes it's good to team up with someone and get that book done. Or maybe you feel comfortable with your writing skills, but you're just worried about motivation and staying on track. You may want to consider joining the growing number of people who are blogging their book. Essentially what you do is you set up a blog and then you start writing your book one post at a time based on your outline. By writing your book online, you'll build a small audience that'll keep you motivated to keep going. Plus you'll get valuable feedback from your commenters that'll let you know if you're on the right track or if you need to actually make some tweaks and go in a different direction. But most importantly, what you're doing is building a highly paged website. You'll start getting noticed by the search engines, and by the time you're ready to sell the book, you'll be already set up and ready to go. Too many people create a product or write a book and then set up a blog, and then they wonder why it takes them so long to start selling. So now that we've seen a couple of easier ways to get a book produced, let's look at some shocking facts. 58% of the U.S. adult population never reads another book after high school. And guess what? 42% of college graduates never read another book either. Still want to write that book? Well, as always, it really depends on your target audience. But there's a huge market for audio books, information products, and self-help guides. And with the growing popularity of podcasting, even readers are consuming more information with their ears. The quickest and easiest way to develop an audio product is to start with your detailed outline and then find someone to interview you from it. Recording a conversational interview is one of the best ways to pull your ideas and information out of you and turn it into tangible form. And your outline will keep you on track and focused. And while it's important to choose the person who interviews you carefully, they don't need to be a professional. And if you already have an existing audience, you can actually get paid to develop a product. Do it in the form of a teleseminar and invite your existing audience to participate. You can charge whatever you want, produce it using the same interview format, edit as necessary, and then bang, you've got a product to sell for years. Now that we've seen that audio is actually quicker and easier to create than it is to write a book, and that the demand may actually be greater, let's look at some of the other benefits that come with audio products. The first thing we want to do as soon as we finished our audio is to get a transcription of that audio recording. Now this doesn't cost a whole lot to have done, but the benefits are pretty cool. Why? Because the only way to sell information is with information. And online, generally that needs to be in written format. But we don't want to start from scratch, do we? Once you've got something in writing, it's always a lot easier to edit than it is to create from scratch. So guess what? Once we have a transcript, we've got a much easier shot at creating that ebook. And we can send it out to a contract writer to clean up, or we can do it ourselves. And then we can eventually include it as a free bonus with the audio product. We can edit it down and sell it as an introductory product in order to later have people buy our audio product from us. Or we can create workbooks and all sorts of other materials that we can either sell or include as bonuses with the audio product. From a marketing angle, the transcript will also provide us with multiple free reports, articles that we can use in an article marketing strategy, and a whole bunch of blog posts for our blog that we're going to use to market the product. So, you've created one product and you've created all your marketing materials pretty much at the same time. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, you need to go get started on that outline, and then when we come back, we'll talk about packaging your information product. See you soon.